One of the great, I'm a big fan of feminism. When I first got into the city centre Liverpool, I kind of met a big load of feminists and they really enlightened me. I loved it. And one of the great victories, one of the many victories of feminism, I think, and I say the word victory intentionally, was that women were able, for the first time, I think, to discuss their heads, their mental health, in a way that they've never ever been able to before. And I think that's just amazing. I think it's an incredible achievement. We blokes don't. We don't discuss our mental health to each other. In fact, we're not mad. Well, we're not. You know, we're just blanketly not mad. And we're taught to kill from this side. You know. And the aggression and suicides are highest in young men. So if we don't talk about it, we'll never stop that. If we don't talk about what it is, and I think it's a lot to do with that kind of aggression. I think it's old-fashioned now. We must stop doing that. But I'm going on one now. But this poem is about. I don't think I've ever had a complete nervous breakdown, but I have certainly balanced precariously on the precipice of the huge gaping chasm that might be that breakdown. In any way, I'm like that sometimes, you know. And I think take a tip out of feminism, guys. They talked a lot about it. I'm not saying they sorted everything out. They just talked, and that helped. This is called Tiny Bangs. You know you're a higgledy-piggledy thing when upside down seems sideways on, like it's coming at you from a time trail zooming the other way forward, when the reasons for one thing are outweighed and bullied by another, and no one decision is rich in validity or choice. You're this constant collusion of wrong and right and a pile-up of crunching achievement. There you are on the motorway of life, mangled as mince, politely passing the time of day. You say to the car crash, "How goes your business? Tea lights still selling well, are they?" And a stretched towards agony ripple face replies, "The bottom fell out of tea lights some time ago, mate. Selling futures to people, trying to forget the past. You nod politely as a broken neck aloud. Genuinely feel sorry for the demise of the tea light and reply, "Well, it's up to high heaven. The bottom doesn't fall out of futures." Sometimes you're sat at a desk at home enjoying the melody of a cup of tea and memories when a whoever, dressed in whatever, bursts down the door and insists it's the end of the world. Such a brawl and yell, it puts you off your sip. Then there's the, "Can I be bothered panicking? It's only the end of the world." Because you were told so many times there were so many worlds for you, losing this one's a piece of piss. Sometimes you like this world, really understand fresh air, conversation and ice cream, and wish the gibbering man had put a fucking sock in it. Sometimes you couldn't agree with the gibbering man more. Ever sat in a cemetery, enjoying the screwy of squirrels and their constant dance of food, when, would you Adam and Steve it, a bomb explodes? I haven't, but sometimes feel like it has. It's a tiny bang, and it's inside. No one sees the rip and shreds of your flesh fruiting the trees. And although your limbs are strewn all over the place, you can still walk to the bank and sign checks. You can still pour milk on cornflakes. You can still laugh. So you must be all right. You can order a table for two, buy flowers awash with subtlety and fragrance, and demand a few hours from a hall. You can sit with that hall for some time. You can even listen. And the hall's conversation is punctuated, as is your conversation, by love, intrusion, apology, and tiny bang.